What's up, guys? Mason the Rock Henderson here, and wow, what a finish to season 2. Like, holy crap. Um, so much just insanity, crazy twists and turns, couple of slap my forehead moments, but overall just brilliant, brilliantly done. Um, I am going to take this kind of an episode at a time because I feel like I do need to talk about it piece by piece. The first one of this last part of the season is actually the standout one, because like I'm looking on IMDb just to kind of keep track for myself and looking at all the ratings and stuff. 17th episode is Birds of Prey, and that's the one with Helena. She returns, which was a good episode, but on IMDb, 8.4, which is good. After that, from then on down, 9.3, 9.1, 9.4, 9.1, 9.3, 9.5, all nines. I completely agree. Not that, like I said, Birds of Prey, good episode. Talk about it really fast. Helena comes back into town, and it's kind of like it's almost like a break from everything going on with Slade, because we've been talking about it and talking about it. He, as soon as he infiltrates their home, the next episode is the one with the Suicide Squad, and meanwhile, stuff's going on with Oliver. So it's like the Suicide Squad and stuff was the main focus of that episode. So it's almost like Slade infiltrates the home. Take a break, guys. Catch your breath. I know that was crazy. I know that episode was really intense. You thought somebody might die. So just catch your breath. We'll return back to the Slade stuff in a couple episodes. That's what it felt like to me. And sure enough, that's kind of what they did. All the stuff happening with Helena. Very interesting ending, I thought. The frustrating thing, though, is that they always have to have somebody who thinks a vigilante is a bad guy. I don't know why. They even did that in Supergirl. They had some woman come in and just talking about how evil aliens are and stuff. They always have to have somebody that just hates our hero for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, that was probably the thing that stood out to me at the end. He shows up. There's like this guy who's setting up this thing. He's like a commander of some sort, to take out Helena. Well, Oliver and Sarah have brought Helena's father for a trade for Laurel's life. And then this guy shows up. He's got a clear shot at Helena, and he's got the element of surprise. And he starts shooting at Oliver. I'm like, you got one who takes out cops, who kills people, and then you got one who doesn't kill people, trying to help the cops out. You're gonna shoot at the one that tries to help the cops? Are you stupid? But anyway, he's not the only one that I have an issue with this part of the season. We'll get to that. After that, you have Deathstroke, and that one was absolutely insane. Roy in the last episode was like having issues, and I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah, Roy is told by Oliver that he has to break up with Thea because he's a danger to her, which he pretty much is. But anyway, in the result of that, she ends up getting captured by Slade and is held hostage and kind of put up for ransom. And so that's what Deathstroke is. It's like trying to get Thea back. And you kind of start to realize that Slade's ultimate goal was not to kill Thea. And she starts to leave, and he tells her, don't you want to know your brother's secret? And at first I was like, hang on, what? Like, you're really gonna stop even though he told you could leave for free? But then it kind of dawned on me that with all the stuff going on with her mom and all the lies that she's been told by her mom, it kind of makes sense that she is sick and tired of the lies, and so if he offers to tell her the truth, I could completely understand why she wants to stay. Um, so at first it was like, oh, that's dumb. Then I was like, wait a minute, it's not as dumb as I thought it was. So, uh, but the crazy part in all of this, there are actually two crazy parts in all of this. One, Laurel, no, Oliver and company take down, not really take down, but they go and find Slade, take him into the police, who, Quentin is the one that kind of fields him, because like I said, he's working with uh, the Arrow now. And so they start to question him, and he has an alibi. So they let him go. And because of that, there's serious issues facing Quentin and his future as a detective, or as a cop. He's not a detective anymore. He's now a cop, just a regular cop. Anyway, but the other, so that was pretty crazy. But then at the end, whenever Thea reveals that it's Slade, they ask him to reveal who the Arrow is, and he won't. So they arrest him for it. I'm like, hang on, he did bring in the right guy. The Arrow brought him the right guy, and you're still gonna arrest him because why? What? Really? Like, I get that you don't want him helping the Arrow, but you're going to arrest him for it? I want to slap somebody. And it gets worse, but I'll get to that in a second. The other crazy part about this episode is that Thea, she does find out the secret, and you're just like, oh no, she's gonna find out that he's the Arrow. No, Slade tells her that he knew that she was Malcolm Merlin's daughter. That was a crazy twist. I mean, I don't know, just something about the show. They've done this so many times where they're like, I know your secret, Oliver, and then it's not actually that he's the Arrow. I'm starting to yawn. And so I don't know why I thought that he was going to tell her that he was the Arrow. But something in me, I was just like, what other secret could he tell? And then she gets really upset with him. I'm just like, hang on. Like, the mom's the one that kept the secret. I don't get why you're so mad at him. He just found out recently. Like, I don't know. But, overall, I do understand why Thea is so upset about that. Because that is, she's sick of the secrets, and now finding out that her brother's keeping a secret from her, it's pretty frustrating. Crap. I don't know where this came from. I was not tired like 5 minutes ago. Anyway. Oh. And so that episode kind of ends pretty dramatically. And then you've got Slade coming up to Laurel's door, telling her that Oliver's the Arrow. And so the whole next episode, The Man Under the Hood, it's all about her trying to kind of ask questions. Is he really the Arrow? She's trying to find this out. But going back to my frustration from the last episode carries over into this episode. The cops in this show are freaking morons. Like, beyond stupid. Just first arresting Quentin Lance because he won't tell them who the Arrow is. He doesn't know who he is. He won't tell them where the Arrow is. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know that stuff. He just helps the Arrow occasionally. And you're going to arrest him for it because he brought in the right guy. Then, as they're bringing a guy into the jail cell, somehow manage to let this guy out of his chains to beat up 2 cops so he can beat up Quentin Lance. Hire cops that can do the job right, please. I mean, how many times have freaking characters escape from freaking jail because you can't do your job. It's so frustrating to see. I'm tired, so it's even more frustrating when I'm tired. But yeah, just stupid stuff. The other interesting thing that I forgot to talk about is that Laurel is actually, like, she's starting to change a little bit. She started going to AA meetings kind of out of nowhere. She didn't really mention that, but she was in one in the first episode of this third part. But then after what happens in that one, with the whole Helena thing, and she was kind of used as bait, she convinces the district attorney to let her have her job back, or else she'll go to somebody and tell them about the whole thing involving the former assistant district attorney. In this episode, crap. After what happens with her dad, getting beat up in the jail cell, she once again threatens the district attorney, saying, if you don't acquit my dad of all the charges, I will become a defense attorney and sue everybody for this. And she's like, okay, your dad will be acquitted. I'm just like, this is too easy. This is twice in a row now. All she had to do was just threaten her. She's just like, okay, you get exactly what you want. But I don't know. She says next time it won't be so, or your battles won't always be so easy to fight. And I'm like, they certainly seem easy to me. But anyway, so this was a very good episode, just kind of for Laurel to see exactly what she can find out. She doesn't really discover anything, and there's a nice moment with her dad where he kind of tells her, I used to hunt down the vigilante. I used to want to know exactly who he was. I would give him my badge to know. But then I kind of realized I don't really need to. He's doing what the city needs him to do. So it was a very nice moment for him, I thought. I'm gonna get through this. Seeing Red, next episode. The one with Roy freaking out on the Mirakuru. Definitely an episode that was needed. Because Roy was losing his mind. And they were not really discussing the issue. They were just kind of letting it push off to the side, Oh, he's losing his mind, but it's okay. I can train him. No, you can't. You're really failing at training him. And so this is the one where he finally loses his mind to the Mirakuru. And it's such a good episode. Because you really see exactly what he goes through. Just all of it, from picking fights with random people, and then all of a sudden he starts to have hallucinations of Thea telling him to kill her because she's the issue. Very good episode, and still having issues with Thea and kind of what she's going through as far as finding out about Malcolm Merlin being her dad and all that. You kind of see that she's not giving in easily, and I respect that, because it is an understandable reason to be that upset with them. Well, also in this episode, you find out the shocking information that Oliver's mom knows his secret. And honestly, I'm just sitting there because of what this show's done. Like I said in the previous episode, I was just sitting there thinking to myself, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. What secret are you talking about? Just tell me. What are you talking about? Hang on, you're not saying that you know a different secret. You telling me she knows? Wait. What? Wait, what? She found out. And I should have seen the signs then. I really should have. I should have known right in that moment, as soon as she said she knew, that something was bad about to happen. Because what happens next is they're riding in a car, um, and Oliver's mom is talking about how they need to stop lying to each other. And so she's like, there's something you need to know about Malcolm Merlin. And then they get hit by a car, and all of a sudden they're in the woods. And Slade's there. And I'm just like, oh no. Oh no no no. No 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 no. No no. You can't do this. You can't do this TV show. You can't trick me like this. Don't try to trick me into thinking somebody's about to die. Don't you do that to me. I see through your ploys. I know what's going on here. Nobody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna die. And then all of a sudden Oliver's mom starts talking about, you and I both know that it has to be me. I'm like, they're gonna kill her. They're gonna kill Oliver's mom. And now it completely makes sense. All of it. The whole plan. Kidnapping Thea, telling her about Malcolm Merlin, all of it made sense in that exact moment. It was all to get Brother Blood to be mayor. And like the whole time I'm thinking, like he's kind of letting her do her thing to become mayor. But he never intended to, the entire time. Like even when she was leading in the polls, it's like the whole time he had this backup plan to just take them all and then kill her. And she figured it out in that moment. I'm like, this lady is actually extremely smart. And now she's dead, just as I'm starting to respect her. What the hell? It's just, that sucks. And it was really crazy. And such a crazy ending to that episode. Because all of it was just about Roy and trying to get him back and trying to, help him with the Mirakuru, trying to calm his craziness. Because I believe in The Man Under the Hood, that's actually the one where, I didn't even talk about this, Roy was hooked up to the machine. Totally slipped my mind, crap. Roy was hooked up to that machine that was distributing the blood, and finding out all about, what's her face, the woman that took over the CEO, which by the way, didn't like her before. I already talked about that. Like the whole Oliver sleeping her with her thing just pissed me off. And so whenever he gave her the company, I was like, you're an idiot. And sure enough, she took over the company because he's an idiot. So, he was hooked up to the machine, giving out all the blood, and then finding out about the whole army and stuff. That all was crazy. And that's what led to this. Roy was taken back to their place, and that's when he went crazy on the Mirakuru. But like I said, that was what it was all about. This whole episode was Roy went crazy, they're trying to stop him, and then just at the end, Slade kills Oliver's mom. I'm like, that was out of nowhere. It was just, and not that it wasn't well done, it was brilliantly done. I just had no idea that was coming. And I should have. As soon as she said that she knew Oliver's secret, I honestly thought they were going to say that it was some other secret. Because they've done that so much, where they make it seem like they know that he's the Arrow, and then they actually know something else that's a secret. But in this time, no, she knew, and as soon as she knew, I should have made the connection that she's about to die. But I didn't, and so I was completely shocked whenever they killed her off. And from then on is just, it's pretty much all building up to the final climactic battle that is coming. They've got the cure that they're working on. They finally get the cure synthesized. And, then you've got, what's it called? You've got Brother Blood and, what's her name? The CEO lady. Like, she comes back with the Mirakuru in her because she had gotten shot by Diggle. I'm like, she's dead? And then all of a sudden, oh, she's not dead. So they're working for him and all of it is just this big, epic, climactic battle spread over 3 episodes. It was brilliant. Like, the fact that they did it over 3 episodes, I couldn't have asked for a better conclusion to the season. And the nice thing was, it wasn't all stupid bullcrap drama. And they actually had me fooled. Because, like, going in, you've already got all of this stuff going on. You've got Oliver just really distraught about his mom. He's about to turn himself into Slade because, he's giving up. He knows that he feels like to protect the people that he cares about, he just has to go turn himself into Slade. But then Laurel steps in because she knows now that all of this was done for Brother Blood's sake to get him to become mayor. And Oliver realizes now that killing him was not the end game. And going through all of this stuff, it's all crazy. It felt like the end of the last season where things, they defeated Malcolm Merlin, but the city still fell apart anyway. In this 3 episode season finale, the city's falling apart again. They're being destroyed by this army of super enhanced humans. It's crazy. It is crazy madness, and I loved it. That's the type of stuff I want to see in a show like this. Like an army of superpowered people. Incredible. I want more of that. I want more of that action-packed stuff. It's great. So just a couple things to pinpoint. A couple of things that I'm gonna say I didn't like. Just one thing I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that Brother Blood was just so quickly turned. And I understood it. I understood why he had to turn because Slade got to the cure first, which meant that they had to get it back from him somehow. And so it makes sense that Brother Blood would be the one to give it back to him. But I would have preferred to see, you could tell he was already struggling with the fact that Slade wasn't doing things exactly the way he wanted it to be done. But at every turn where that happened in an episode, like every time he questioned Slade in an episode, Slade threatened him to the point where he was just too scared to say anything else. He's like, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize. And so to see his change in this last 3-part to bring them the cure, it just felt kind of out of place, especially the fact that he turned to Oliver for help. I was just like, I don't know. That was just kind of, I don't know. And even after he does help him, he's still talking like he's going to be the mayor. I'm like, dude, even if Slade doesn't kill you, there ain't no way you're going to be the mayor. And sure enough, Slade has What's-Her-Face go and kill him. So, but that's the one issue I did have with it. I don't know, he just felt kind of out of place. And like I said, I love the fact that Brother Blood was in it because I know him from Teen Titans, and it was cool to see his character in here. But that change at the end just it wasn't done well enough, I think, for my liking. But maybe that's just me. One of the things that I thought I was gonna punch somebody over, I was this close. I was sitting on the couch watching this. My brother was next to me playing NBA 2K16. My dad was sitting next to him, asleep. And the dog was sitting on the floor over there, asleep. And they started to do it. And I balled up my fist. I was like, who's it gonna be? Not the dog. Oliver and Felicity go into the house. And he starts giving this little speech. He's like, Slade thinks that he kidnapped the woman that I love, but he made a mistake. She's not the woman I love. You are. I'm like, And then Oliver goes to Slade after he kidnaps Felicity. And Oliver says, I never thought I'd see a friend so blinded by hatred. He wouldn't even notice the danger right in front of him. And Felicity pulls out one of the injection needles from her pocket and sticks it in his neck. And then they show the flashback, Oliver finding one of the hidden cameras and putting on that stunt so that Slade would... I was like, okay. Okay. You're saved. That... The thing is, they've been building that up for most of the season, and I did not want to see it happen. For many reasons. One, I have developed a major crush on Felicity. I can't help it. She is a nerd and she is freaking hot. I can't help it. But two, her and Oliver really are not a good match. And yet it felt like they kept flirting through all of this season. I'm like, Felicity, you got the perfect guy for you in Barry. Like, I know he's in a coma, but he's the perfect guy for you. He's right there. I know he's in a coma, but still, like, Oliver? Why Oliver? Like, he's good looking, I get that, but so? If that's the only thing, other than that, you two are complete opposites. So, I don't know, just that whole thing, it felt like they were building it up all season, so when that finally dropped, I was ready, like I said, I was ready to punch, most likely my brother, because he's a little brat sometimes. So, whenever they showed that it was all a twist and that he wasn't really telling her that, it was just all part of the plan, I was like, okay, thank you. You saved yourself, TV show. Because if you had not made that part of the plan, I was... Anyway. So all of that just was built up so brilliantly. And we finally do get the final fight, which was done so well in the comparison to what was going on the ship at the time. You've got Oliver and Slade fighting in present time, and then they flash, and then they're fighting in past time. And it was all edited so brilliantly that it was wonderful. Just a brilliantly edited fight. And meanwhile, you've got Diggle and Lila heading to stop Amanda Waller from destroying the city, because she's pretty much a villain. She's willing to kill 500,000 people. Actually, she said there's 560,000 people to save, I guess, the rest of the world. I guess. Maybe. Even though Oliver said he had it covered. Let's still just kill all these people. Not even give them a chance to evacuate. Let's just kill everybody. That's good thinking. Wanted to punch her in the face too. Anyway. So you got, like I said, Diggle and Lila. They actually get Deadshot out to help them. Once again, you're giving Deadshot a redeemable story. Stop it. He's not a redeemable character. He's supposed to be an assassin. Stop. I really hope you tell us who tried to have Diggle killed later. Or who wanted to have Diggle's brother killed later. I really hope you finish that storyline, but don't make him a good character. He's not. He is Deadshot. Bad guy. Villain. Stop making me trying to like him. I won't. So they stop her. Actually, Oliver stops her because he tells her, I stopped Slade, so she calls the missile off. They lock Slade away on the island, and then, still, for some reason, just, like, I don't understand why they keep trying to make this, I don't even know if they're trying to make it a thing or if they're making a joke out of it, but once again, Oliver and Felicity are talking to each other, and Oliver's like, thank you for understanding what I meant. She's like, yeah, I mean that's just unthinkable. You actually feeling that way about me? I mean, I'm just like, stop. Like he doesn't even say anything at all. It still leaves it open. Like, well, maybe he really does feel that way about you, Felicity. I'm like, oh, stop. Please don't make them a couple. If you freaking make them a couple, I will freaking find you and punch you in the face. Whoever's the writer of the show. If you know who the writer of the show is, please tell me who it is in the comments, and I will go find him and punch him if he does indeed make that happen in season 3 or 4. But anyway, personal feelings aside, um, I mean, other big news: Diggle is a father now. Pretty cool. Lila is pregnant. I was really worried that she was gonna die after we found that out, but she doesn't. So Diggle's gonna be a father, and Sarah's going back to League of Assassins. She wanted to, which I understand. Like she wants to kind of forge her own path now, instead of kind of being tugged around by the League of Assassins and tugged around by her family, tugged around by Oliver. Now she's doing what she wants to do, and it starts with the League of Assassins. So we'll see where it goes from there. And then Laurel's father collapses from an injury he got while fighting one of the superhumans, which was just kind of weird and out of nowhere. Like I don't really know why it was in there, to be honest, because it's almost like they felt like nobody was gonna come back and watch season 3, so they did that. They like made him start coughing up blood and look like he's about to die, so people will be like, "Oh no, what's gonna happen to him? I better come back for the next season." I don't know. It kind of felt like a desperate attempt to get viewership, to come back. Don't really have an opinion on that. I don't think they're gonna kill him. If he does die in that way, that would be stupid. I feel like if he does die later, it will actually be for a good purpose, But we'll see. But I mean, as far as season 2 goes, this was a really good season. Don't know what's gonna happen next with Oliver as far as the main story goes right now, and the past story as well. Like they showed him arriving in Hong Kong with Amanda Waller, so don't know where that's going. And I mean, now that Slade has stopped, I'm assuming there's going to be another big bad in the next season. So we'll see where it goes. But I'm excited. I'm very excited for the next season and to see where the rest of all of these shows go. This is the only connectivity that the DC universe has at the moment, and it's doing very well in my opinion. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe for more Arrow content. And I'll see you at the next review. Peace out.